One of the challenges most traders face in the market is how to confirm their entries before taking the trade. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to confirm your trades, the types of confirmation entries we have, and how you can use them correctly. For the purpose of this video, and so that the video is not too long, I'll be covering the number one, which is the CHoCH, the change of character. That's what I'll be covering in this video. So guys, if this is your first time of coming across this channel, I am Nena Official, and on this channel I publish content that helps traders to improve in their trading activities. I help beginners to understand complex things the simplest way. So endeavor to subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. Like, share, and also comment. And if after watching this video you find value, please do not forget to share to others so they can find it helpful. Straight to today's business, let's go ahead and do something. Now, I said I'll be covering the number one, which is change of character. Now, change of character is more like a basic term, whereas only a few knows the relevance and how to use it properly in the market. A lot of people hear about CHoCH, but ideally they don't actually know how to apply the use of CHoCH accurately on chart. So change of character is this aspect of structure that can help you to confirm your trade entries the right way. If you don't just want to jump into the market being at the mercy of what the market will do later, then you wait for a change of character to occur. A change of character is more like giving you a 70% assurance that this trade is going to play out. So first of all, let's illustrate something here. And when we say change of character, it's simply telling you that a structure is switching from a particular trend to another trend. For example, let's say we have an uptrend like this, where market is breaking structure to the upside. Now, once this structure changes, or once it is about to change, or something that makes it to change from this uptrend to another type of structure, that thing is known as change of character. Now, ideally, you have an uptrend. What are you expecting? We know the market is leaving a demand zone behind. Market is leaving what? A demand zone behind. So that's what it means. Once you have a trend like this, it's simply telling you market is leaving a demand zone behind. And so we expect market to keep mitigating like this and to keep continuing the trend. Now, looking at this structure we have now, this is clearly an uptrend. Please, I forgot to mention, this is not a class for total beginners. This is basically for those who already understand their structures. They know their higher highs, they know their higher lows, but they are looking at how to properly leverage on the most smartest way to take entries in the market. Then this video is for you. So now you understand what your demand zone is, your break of structure, higher highs and higher lows. So now this is an uptrend I am using as example. Now, this is the last demand zone that market printed for us. We expect market to do something like this and then keep moving. We expect market to do something like this and keep moving. That is ideally the uptrend is still in continuation. But then, if this does not happen, let me delete. If market did not come back to mitigate here and it does something like this, let me assume market was coming back gently but did something like this, making this area invalid. That is, market refused to respect this zone. This refusal to respect the last demand zone has already changed the structure of the market. And this place where the violation has occurred, a change of character has been introduced. So here now is your change of character. Because one, the recent demand zone, the last demand zone that was printed, that was supposed to be respected by the market to continue moving, was not respected. It has been broken, and you can see the market broke it. So that area turns into a change of character. And once it turns into a change of character like that, let me label it. So here now turns into a change of character. So once this changes into change of character, it has already automatically turned the trend into a bearish trend. And then a supply zone is left behind. That is what it simply means. Now you can see market was formerly in an uptrend and now it has switched from uptrend to a downtrend. That is simply the essence of change of character. That is what change of character tells us. It indicates when a structure has changed from a particular trend to another trend. The area where that change occurred is exactly the zone we call change of character, and this is the area. I used an uptrend as example, switching back to bearish trend. The area where it switched is the change of character, and this is where I marked it here. And once that occurs, you know the market has turned into a bearish structure, and then your new trade opportunity area is a supply zone that was created. And as you can see on the structure, this is one of the supply zones that was created. So that's how CHoCH is. Now when it comes to time frames, change of character is relevant on all time frames. Anywhere you see it, it is relevant. It can happen in the highest time frame, it can happen on the lowest time frame. It is not specified, it's not specific to a particular time frame. Because now change of character is simply telling us more about structure of the market. You are simply learning more about the structures of the market. Now you can only find and get trade opportunity when you understand structures very well. So it is relevant across all time frames. Now this is the illustration. So how do we apply it as a confirmation entry? How do we apply it to become a confirmation entries when we have a setup? So let me delete all this. Now take for instance, you have a trade, you have something like this, and you have your demand zone. This is your liquidity. This is a break of structure. So you have what? A buy setup. So you expect market to come here, mitigate and go. This is an example illustration. Now this is your trade opportunity area. You have a setup like this, but you don't want to enter the market just like that. We have a limit order. We have limit type of orders, and that is when you just go, you set your order, leave it there for market to mitigate. It is called limit order. But then you don't want to do limit order because you really want to be sure if you should trade this setup. You want to have an assurance that this setup will play out. So You don't want to make use of limit order. You want to see what market will do first. That thing you are looking for, that thing that you want to see, one of them is change of character, because it is a type of confirmation entries, a way to confirm that this place is going to play out. We want to see a change of character like this, a change of character. Now, so how do you know that a change of character has occurred? Once you have your trade set up like this, let me assume that this setup is on 1 hour time frame. This setup now is on 1 hour time frame. So now, once market is coming, let me assume market is coming like this, take out this liquidity and then tag you here. You wait. Once it tags you, you move down to lower time frame, for example 15 minutes or even 5 minutes. What are you expecting to see around here? Now, market is already inside your zone. We are simply now waiting to see if we should enter for real or we should run. So once you move to 15 minutes time frame, what you are expecting to see is something like this. Expect market to do something like this. You're simply expecting to see something like this in your zone. I hope you can see what I drew very well. Now, when looking at this place, bring your BOS. When you are dealing with structure, be marking them out so that you are very, very sure. Don't play too smart. Don't be too overconfident. Don't assume that you know it. Use your tools. That's why they are there. Mark them out. Now, as you can see, when market was coming down, we were having break of structure to the downside. Break of structure to the downside. This was the last break of structure that occurred, and it was inside our zone. You can see the retracement was coming down. This retracement is a bearish pullback. The sellers were coming back, and it was a reversal down to our zone. Now, this was the last break of structure that occurred, and then markets went up. And you know that ideally, when a break of structure occurs, it leaves a zone behind, right? So now this is the last break of structure we had, and normal we should see what here is supply zone. And if market respects it and continue, we know that this zone is not going to play out. The sell will still continue. But now, what did market did instead? Market came down, and instead of respecting the small supply zone that was printed, it swept it instead. The same way this one was swept here. You can see market came and swept it. That is what happened here. The same thing has happened here. Now, where is our change of character? Now, that sweeping has already introduced a change of character. So this area now is now the change of character. And where is the now that a change of character has occurred, it simply tells us that this pullback, it has ended. The sell pullback has ended, and now buyers are taking over the market. So where is the new zone that is printed? The new zone printed is now exactly the demand zone left behind, which is around this area. Now, this new demand zone that is left behind is your confirmation entry area. This is what you will wait for, and come, you bring your long position and you place it like this, exhale slightly below it. Now, what are you waiting for? You're simply waiting for market to come, tag you in and move. Now, that is a confirmation entry. And oftentimes, once your setup is respecting the overall bias, is always playing out. But one of the disadvantages of using this confirmation entry is most time market might not come back all the way down to come and take you. Most time market will just leave you behind. But it is better you use confirmation entries because it will save you from unprepared losses. That is the gospel truth. Even though you lose out most of the time because markets might not come back to mitigate you, but then it is best if you want to preserve your capital the best way. Now, another advantage is that you that used confirmation entry, you will be having more profits than the person that used the exact zone. Now, this is your confirmation entry, and this is our TP here. If you don't know how to get your technical TP, there is a video on it on my channel. Endeavor to watch it so that you know how to set your TP. So this was at TP level. Now, the confirmation entry gave us over almost 11 RR. That is it. Now, let me assume we took the trade exactly how the zone was. This is all the zone. So for the person that took a limit order without waiting for confirmation entry, you can see the RR is only 7.8. So the person that took confirmation entry has more, almost, let's say, 4 RR ahead. So these are the ways you can use change of character to your advantage, and then use it to be refining your entries and get better with trading. And that brings us to the end of this video. I will be making another video to cover the use of candle formations for confirmation entries, how to use candle formation correctly for confirmation entries. And after watching the two videos, you can now decide, should I be using change of character or should I be using candle formations? Whichever one that works for you frequently, you can now make your choice. So this brings us to the end of this video. Don't forget to check out the next video on using candle formations as confirmation entries. Thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, like. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section. Don't forget, don't be stingy. Share this content so that others can find it helpful. Thank you, and see you in my next video.